My name is Aleks Karamarkovic. I'm the Vice President of Corporate Development at Graywood. We have a lot going on at the company, so we want to put together this video series to give you a showcase of what's happening at some of our GTA projects. I'm here with Neil Pattison, Senior Vice President of Development at Graywood. Nice to see you, Neil.
You too, Alex.
So Wonder was a very highly anticipated project in 2018 when it launched at record pricing for Leslieville, very high sales absorption. The project even won several awards. What is it that attracted Graywood to this site when we were first looking at it?
There were two main characteristics that attracted us to the building here in Leslieville. As you can see, it's a large building in Leslieville, the former Western Bread Factory. So the actual landmark, heritage, and status of the building attracted us to it. We have the ability to adaptively reuse some of the heritage attributes of the building. And then also the location itself. Leslieville is a great family-friendly neighborhood. Just up the street on Queen Street, you have all the restaurants, all the boutiques, all the cafes that would make it a great place to live. But also to the south of us, we have the future of what's to come with the redevelopment of East Harbour, employment node that's going in there, as well as the transit that's coming down the street, and then beyond that, the Portlands. So it's those two attributes that attracted us to the site and to create this adaptive reuse building.
You talked about the history of the site and how it informed what we're developing here. What can you tell us about the heritage components?
From the scale of the building, it's one of the largest in situ heritage retention projects in the city of Toronto right now. The far end of the site, you can see those yellow steel frames. They're holding up a two-story facade of the building, and the larger four-story portion here actually holds itself up. That's how much of the heritage we are actually retaining. We worked with Altera, our partners, Diamond Schmidt Architects, GBCA Heritage Architects, and the city. Because it's interesting, we had to convert this from an industrial use to a residential use. So you have to come across issues like the size of the windows. But one of the main elements that we had to preserve was the masonry that is critical to the identity of the factory itself, the former industrial factory. It's also critical to the identity of Leslieville. So it was important to us that we honored that aspect of the building.
So heritage preservation is often just seen as an added cost to a project, but you talked about the fact that the active preservation is a value add. Can you tell us a little bit more about that?
Yeah, without doubt, the heritage and the history of the building drove the success of Wonder, and that happened on a couple of fronts. We're standing here in the third story of the former factory that will be converted into hard lofts. That's a type of residential product that's in high demand and low supply, so we knew that that would add to the success of Wonder. Secondly, before we took the factory equipment out of the building, we hired Laird Kay, an industrial photographer, to come in and take photographs of the interior of the building. And then we hosted a contact photo exhibit within the building. The photographs were mounted inside the building on the shop floor for 2 consecutive weekends during that festival. We had thousands of local the community come through and from wider in Toronto come through the building and have a look at what was in the site.
Another really important aspect for the project was to get excited about what's to come in the neighborhood while honoring the past. How do we balance those two elements?
Yes, that's exactly right. As much as we've honored the history of the building, we also have to look forward to the future of what's about to happen in this neighborhood. So we have 285 residential units that will continue to evolve and what's going to come for their future. There is lots to be excited about. So while we do look at the back of the history of the site, there's lots to look forward to with a nod to the future of what's going to happen at Wonder.
I'm here with Christine Yee, Vice President of Development at Graywood. Nice to see you, Christine.
Hi, Alex.
How are you? Graywood's probably most well known for our high-rise developments in downtown Toronto, such as the Ritz-Carlton. What most people may not know is that we also have a long history in low-rise development as well. What can you tell us about this site here in South Oshawa?
Here we're standing at O-Towns. Here in South Oshawa, one of 2 sites that we have with Falcon Crest Homes. You can see here under construction, almost finished this fall. And what this site provides is a really great, affordable option, transit-oriented and close to amenities for young families.
When people think of Oshawa, they're likely to think about developments around the 401 or north of the 401. What drew Graywood to South Oshawa?
So this site here presented a great infill opportunity for both Graywood and Falcon Crest Homes. With the infill project, we make use of the existing infrastructure that's here. There's already some great amenities nearby, such as schools, trails, recreational parks. We thought this would be a great location. For access, we're close to the 401, we're close to Highway 407, close to the GO train, as well as Via Rail. So we thought that this would be a great place to start this project.
Historically, Graywood's been a really big proponent of urban centers and downtowns. What differs in a city like Oshawa in terms of development?
So when Graywood looks at sites, we're looking for transit as being, top of mind, as well as a bunch of other features that we think could lend to a successful community. As a city grows, we're looking for different multiple modes of transit for residents. And this site had it. It's quiet, it's by the lake, and residents we found here are really proud and passionate about their community. As well, the city of Oshawa has budding tech sector, so there's lots of opportunity for economic growth. There's educational prospects as well with the Tech University as well as Durham College here in town.
What can you tell us about the units that are being built here? It looks like construction's moving along very well.
We are almost complete in this unit here. We're just putting some finishing touches on. We have a 56 unit townhouse subdivision of 2 and 3 bedrooms. And I think with the floor plans that we've laid out, they've been well thought out and have been very attractive to our home buyers. So we're just completing and we're sold out with full occupancy by the end of September.
O-Towns is one of 2 sites that Graywood has in South Oshawa. What can you tell us about the site that we're standing on right now?
So we're here on the Waterfront Trail in Oshawa. It's an 11-kilometer trail just on the shores of Lake Ontario. And just to the left here is our site, Park and Lake. It's 25 acres, making its way through an LPAT hearing. What we're planning for here is a collection of singles and semi-detached homes in a neighborhood that's rich in amenities, lush parkland, and right here, I think it's a real gem.
I'm here with David Hamilton, Graywood Chief Development Officer. Nice to see you, David.
Good to see you, Alex.
We're standing here at the ground floor of Peter and Adelaide, which will become a 47-story tower. What can you tell us about how construction's progressing?
Actually, construction on this project's going great. We put the shovel in the ground early 2020. Excavation went well, 4 levels, below grade parking. No issues with below grade work. Structure's coming up well. We're currently pouring the podium, 11th floor at this point in time, and pretty soon we'll be racing forward with the tower, pushing up to the 47 stories.
Peter and Adelaide is one of several projects that's under construction that's being led by Graywood's Construction Management Division. How long has Graywood been building its own buildings?
Well, Graywood actually is through their construction division, GCML, has been building for over 30 years in the GTA. Notable projects that we've completed in the past would include the Ritz-Carlton Hotel, 5 condominiums. Apart from this project here, we're also building 3 others concurrently at this point in time. 250 Lawrence, Scout condominiums, and most recently we broke ground on Jack condominiums. All total, I think we're up around 1,600 units right now under construction, 1.2 million square feet. Maybe I'll add on to that the fact that Graywood, we're a full service development. We're there from the point that we acquire the land, the building being zoned, buildings being designed, we're overseeing that. We oversee the sales. We now do construction, and we're there to the finished product when we turn over the keys to the customers. So from start to finish, Graywood is a full service development company.
So Peter and Adelaide was actually one of Graywood's fastest selling projects. What is it that made the development so successful?
Well, I think the number one thing was location. This is a AAA location, corner Peter and Adelaide, right in the center of the downtown entertainment district. So that was fantastic. But I would add, second thing for this project had going for it was the design. BBB Architects was engaged by us, and they came up with a tremendous looking building that's very attractive. The building has fantastic amenity space in it, including a swimming pool on the 17th floor, all very appealing. And we finished it up with good quality suite design. So the suites here are efficient. It's what buyers were looking for. And I think all those things together contribute to the reasons why there was such great demand for this product and why we sold out so quickly.
Well, we hope you enjoyed those videos. As you can see, Graywood has a lot going on, and we have a big pipeline of things to come in the future. So stay tuned for some future updates. We remain available if you should have any questions, and we look forward to connecting with you again soon.